What did you make of Sophie Cunningham's flagrant foul on JC towards the end?
It was a flagrant foul.
You think it's like defending Caitlin or defending the team, or how do you view just how it opened?
I view it as a flagrant foul.
Wow, that's about the game too.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys came for basketball.
Yeah,
Let's talk about basketball.
Yeah.
Come on now.
What do you think of just how you all were able to pull in the second half, Caitlin, in particular?
We're going to the Commissioner Cup Championship.
Let's go!
Pretty exciting. Y'all want to talk about that? Let's talk about that.
What do you think, again?
The WNBA is flirting with self-destruction. Its most valuable star, Caitlin Clark, is reportedly reaching her limit as rumors of a possible exit grow louder by the day. This goes far beyond rookie hazing. It's a troubling pattern of on-court abuse overlooked by officials, a league seemingly resentful of the very player fueling its resurgence, and a media narrative that shifts blame onto the victim. Now, a stunning rumor is gaining traction. Clark may be preparing a bold escape, a defiant power move that could lay bare the league's deepest failures and force the WNBA to confront what happens when the attention it depends on walks away.
NBA record. This is her second season. And you put the numbers together, that's like 10 seasons. That girl did it in 10 seasons. That means she had won a season. Caitlin Clark is... when Caitlin Clark gets to 10 seasons, she's going to have 100 of these. And y'all can't get a girl her roses. Now, I don't like the fact that she be getting woke because she don't want all these lesbians to be mad at it. At the end of the day, is the woman putting in the work she's putting in the work.
To understand why walking away is even being discussed, you first have to understand the magnitude of her impact. The numbers don't merely suggest it, they shout it. Before Caitlin Clark, the WNBA struggled for relevance, a niche league battling for visibility. After her arrival, it became must-watch television. She wasn't just a player, she was a one-woman economic engine. Arenas that once echoed with empty seats were suddenly sold out, not only in Indiana, but in every city she stepped into. Opposing teams even shifted games into larger NBA venues, scrambling to contain the tidal wave of fans showing up just to watch her play.
This is all going according to plan. This is ideal. Caitlin Clark is holding up her end by being awesome and by being a trash-talking jerk on the court. Love it. Her teammates are holding up their end by having her back. The other players in the league are holding up their end by not liking her. Perfect. Couldn't have written a better script. Caitlin is talking trash to this girl. This girl's hard fouling her. Her teammate Sophie Cunningham, who got a black belt in Taekwondo at the age of 6, she's like, I will F you guys up. All of it's great, and Caitlin's a killer. 10 out of 10.
Her jersey didn't just sell well. It became the top-selling jersey of any athlete in any sport the moment it dropped. Television ratings on major networks didn't rise. They exploded, surging by triple-digit percentages. But the most damning proof came when she was briefly sidelined by injury. The moment she was out, WNBA viewership collapsed, down an astonishing 55%. Let that register. One player missed time, and more than half of the league's entire TV audience disappeared. This wasn't about a star fitting into a system. She was the system, single-handedly driving the market, financing the league's momentum, and effectively funding the salaries of the very players who now appear to resent her for it.
Driving the WNBA insane. It's to the point that she may need to step away from the WNBA, have a billionaire come in that has the money to prove a point, and say, Caitlin, I'll pay you $50 million just to see if the WNBA can make it without you. Let's go create a completely different league and expose the hell out of the WNBA just to embarrass this Angel Reese girl that Jameel Hill just said she could go down as a Michael Jordan of WNBA.
But for all the money and attention she generated, her arrival felt less like a red carpet welcome and more like a coordinated ambush. It quickly became obvious that opposing teams had settled on one primary defensive strategy: test how much punishment she could absorb before she snapped. This wasn't simply physical basketball, it was deliberate, a sustained campaign. Night after night turned into a montage of hip checks, off-ball shoves, and reckless closeouts that crossed the line from aggressive play into something far uglier. That pattern reached its breaking point with the now infamous shove from Marina Mabrey, a full-body hit that sent Caitlin Clark flying, completely detached from the flow of the play and impossible to defend as just basketball.
Say this, when Caitlin Clark was out, they lost 55% of their viewership. So like basically Caitlin Clark is paying all their salaries.
Pretty much.
I mean, at the end of the day, you can hate her as much as you want, but she's brought in millions of fucking dollars. So you should be kissing her ass.
And that kind of defeated the purpose of Angel Reese's argument of she's like, hey, it's not just Caitlin Clark that is bringing all the viewership to the WNBA. It's like, well, it definitely is. It's like it kind of proved that with the viewership rating being down that she significantly increases viewership with
They tried so hard to compare her to Caitlin Clark.
It was the kind of hit you'd expect in a hockey rink, not on a basketball court. And yet, what seemed to anger her critics even more was Clark's response. She didn't fire back. She didn't lobby officials or play the victim. She stood up, brushed herself off, and went right back to work. That composure wasn't interpreted as professionalism. It was twisted into arrogance. Instead of cooling tensions, it poured gasoline on the fire, ensuring the next collision would be even more violent. The message couldn't have been clearer: you will not outshine us. And if we can't stop you with skill, we'll try to stop you with force.
And son, hold a brawl in a basketball game breaks out. This was something. Caitlin Clark, without question, gets raked across the face. I think she gets poked in the eye, but it's difficult to tell.
If you're the Indiana Fever, you cannot stand by and let that happen. They need to make it clear to the officials. If you're going to let this happen, then we're going to stand up for our player and make a mess of the game, and you're going to have a big mess on your hands. So you need to stand up for this. You need to do something about this.
You've just learned with definitive data and beyond question that Caitlin Clark controls more than half the audience for the entire WNBA.
The hits on the court were only part of the story, because the people paid to enforce the rules were nowhere to be found. While Caitlin was being treated like a human piñata, the referees seemed to be looking the other way. Their whistles apparently lost. Blatant aggressive fouls were ignored or called as common fouls, sending a clear signal to the rest of the league. It's open season. The WNBA front office, the very institution that should have been protecting its golden goose, remained deafeningly silent. They were quicker to comment on dress code violations than on the systematic targeting of their biggest star.
We're expecting some sort of dip since Caitlin Clark has been out with injury, but I don't think all of us were expecting the entire viewership of the entire WNBA to be down. And this tweet from Christine Brennan really stuck out to me. She said, one player gets injured and more than half the TV audience for the entire league disappears. Has any other athlete ever had that kind of impact on a sport? Golf without Tiger definitely dropped precipitously on occasion, but not like this. This news is alarming for the league, and it's alarming for the league because this is such a crucial year for the